Hey everyone, I'm Blaine from Blaine's World, and I'm going to be giving you an exclusive look at my Bricklink storeroom. Let's go in and check it out.
You ready? Hey! Let's go! Back! Yo, once again I'm back around.
Alright, so as you enter, you can see a bunch of bins behind me and then a nice smooth table right in the middle. But we're going to start actually in this very dark corner. This is where I place all parts that need to be uploaded into the store. So part outs as well will be stacked up against this wall and go all the way around this wall. Most of the time it gets all the way out into the other room behind me. And I try to process it as quickly as possible and get it uploaded in the store. But it's the first thing I see, so it's annoying, so that I try to upload it faster. So that's what happens in that dark corner. And I'll take you around this way. This is pretty much supplies that I need at a moment's notice. So your padded flat rate envelopes, your regular envelopes. I'll be changing these out to a more nicer type envelope here soon. So if you've been ordering from me, you've seen these classic yellow envelopes for a long time. They're going to be like gray now with more padding. A bunch of pab cups, they help sort with parts or part outs. More bags, and then like typical office supplies like garbage bags and paper and ink and tape and box cutters and all kinds of crazy stuff. So this is kind of a supply things that I need at a moment's notice. So as we move on, I have a little step ladder here because sometimes you have to get to the top bin, so you got to put it up, and do what you got to do. But I have more of my important stuff here, like checks and things I need to write for the business. And then pens and things for filling out order cards. I have my Instagram cards that I put in with every order, so you can check out Blaine's World on Instagram, and then the order cards as well. So I write down the order number, and then I appreciate everyone's business, all that fun stuff. So that's where I keep my order cards. I usually sit here and pack orders. Sometimes I'll sit on the floor, it's comfortable, and then I'll have my scale and tape and all that stuff, printer here, and then I have my bin is where I take packages, put them in here, and then take them to the postal store. So 2 garbage cans because I have a lot of trash with paper and things going through. So this is kind of my workstation. Moving on, we'll get to the bins now. So I have 2 walls full of just bins in the corner, and how it's organized is the parts that have smaller lots and smaller items are pretty much from here down. So it's sorted by color. So as the part gets bigger, as the color gets bigger, it gets separated out. So obviously I have a lot of white parts. They're common in sets. So sometimes it gets separated out to like white tile, white wedge, and so on. And then I'll just go to trans clear, sand green, and all the way around. And I try to keep them in alphabetical order, because when you part out, it goes through your color in alphabetical order, so you can put everything where it needs to go in front of the bins. Over on the top row is more parts with like smaller lots and smaller items, and then as you go around, I usually have bins like this where it's just all one part in one bin, so like a lot of Black Technic bins. And I usually will blue label anything that has multiple items in it. Anything orange label will have one particular item in the entire bin, so that's how I separate it. But these are nice bins. I picked these up at Walmart pretty much. Pretty cool, pretty sturdy. They've lasted a long time, so if you need a quick way of getting storage stuff, Walmart or Target, any department store like that will have bins. So some of the stuff won't fit in these part bins, so I add them up and keep going all the way up on these shelves. So the higher quantity stuff goes in these higher bins up top, so anything I have really high quantity will go here and up on the top shelf as well. And that's where that step ladder earlier came into effect and came into play, because I have to get all the way to the top. So usually like when filling an order, I usually have it marked. So in my remarks on Bricklink, I have like what bin it's in. So it's either in like a small bin like this, or larger bin, or like where it is on the shelves, which really helps when you're pulling an order go really quick. Then I have like the high quantity lot items here. So if I have like a ton of quantity, I can pre-pack them into bags of 100 or 50 or whatever works. and put them in like a high quantity thing. This is more coral parts. A lot of stuff has been on bigger brick lately, but it'll go into like a high quantity lot type thing. To my left, up under the table, are bulk lot. So anything that's like really bulky, like this would take up a ton of room in one bin. So I put it into a bulk lot because it's just, these bins are a lot bigger and it's a little bit more room to breathe, and it's faster to fill orders in the bins behind me when there's not like big items taking up space. So a lot of bulk stuff under there. As we continue on, I have extra part bins. So if I ever need some extra parts or feel like listing something in the store, maybe somebody places an order in the store and wondering if I have certain things, I usually go through the extra parts bins and see what I have. This table comes in handy because you can put whatever you want on this table. It's got the black silk cloth on it. Currently I have a big Lord of the Rings army on it, but things change as it goes. But we can put things up under the table, which is really cool, and it goes right in the middle, so it helps a lot. We can even part out on this table if we wanted to. So in the closet is all packing supplies for the store. So the packing supply closet is usually like the back stuff things. So a bunch of priority mail boxes and just regular like Blaines World boxes that I use from Uline. A ton of packing peanuts in the corner, and then all of my bags that I use. So I go through a ton of bags because of course all the parts and totally in 45 to 5,000 different lots. I usually go through about 10,000 bags in just 2 months. So I eat up bags, and then all my bubble mailers as well. When you do a lot of orders, a lot of high volume orders, 2 to 2,500 a year, you're gonna go through a bunch of bubble mailers, so you have to stock up. More of like the business paperwork is up here, like my books and sales and how well I did on certain sales, some more boxes, stuff like that, receipts from Lego purchases. So this is pretty much just a supply closet for the entire store. Okay, I think the last thing in here will be the other bins on the other side of the table. So going back to those extra parts, I have bigger bins for some of the higher extra part stuff. Sometimes I bring these to conventions and let people at our lug set up, and they can pick through the bins and buy what they want. But I have bigger bins for those, and then I have like extra bins. So I have a minifigure bin. I'm more of a parts store, so I usually sell minifigures pretty quickly to try to get them out. I have some minifigures in the smaller bins over there as well, the ones that are higher quantity. And then used parts. Most of my parts are in new condition, but these are used. They're still in good condition, but it's just used parts that come through the store from picking through people's collections or extra part bins that I thought had a lot of wear on them. So. And then an extra bin. So this is usually like just extra things like face plates or people that are picking up their Bricklink order at a convention, sets that I could give away on behalf of Blaines World or the lug that I'm in, extra bags if I want to do some freebies. So it's just like an extra bin in case I need to use or do anything. So overall, it all fits into one room. The room is a good sized room, but because I start from the ground up, I can fit as much product as possible all the way up. I spent some money, of course, on bins, and these shelves were pretty pricey, but they're reinforced. It helps a lot. And I still have room to grow around the top and then expanding out. So trying to eat up every inch of room is important when you have a lot of stock, because you can fit more in the room and have a little bit more convenience with things, and the table in the middle really helps as well. So
one quick question for anybody who's watching this wondering how you grow a store, like how you got into it and all that kind of stuff. Sort of explain how you got into it and kind of what you did to help make your store successful.
So I started early. I actually started on May 28, 2010 on Bricklink. Bricklink's been around a lot longer than that. After the Lego movie, Bricklink kind of spiked in membership, of course, because Lego just went crazy. Started early, that's a big thing, but you're not going to have success overnight. So if you go and part out 1 or 2 sets and put them in your store, you're not going to build up all that customer base. So it depends on what you want to do, unless you can be a parts store, you can be a minifigure store, you can be a set store. Obviously, you didn't see any Lego sets that I sell sealed. Not selling Lego sets allowed me to keep smaller bubble mailers, smaller boxes, because I'm dealing with parts. So you have to figure out what you like selling, what's comfortable. If you know knowledge of parts, go with parts. If you know your knowledge of sets, go with sets. and just start building over time. It's not going to happen overnight. But keep your prices low, build up your feedback, build up orders, and then that way, as you build up your selection, people will pay more as you have more selection because they want to buy from you and you have good feedback. So I think that's the best advice I could give. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Make sure you drop a like down below. Go check out Blaine's World. Links will be in the description down below as well. And be sure to check out this army video of Lord of the Rings on the Empire Lug YouTube channel. It should be plugged below as well, so be sure to check it out. Thanks for watching.